Coptic Pope Tawadros II joined Catholic Pope Francis in the Vatican for a 6-day visit that began on May 10th. Pope Tawadros was only the second Coptic Pope to set foot in the Vatican. Both men prayed for reconciliation between Egyptian Christians and Muslims. Neither pope mentioned the recent sectarian violence in Egypt between Muslims, who were in the majority, and Christians, who only make up about 15% of the nation's population. Tensions between the two religious groups have been on the rise since President Hosni Mubarak was overthrown in 2011. People of both faiths demonstrated for the president's removal, but Christians feel that they are still being treated unfairly. They complain about job discrimination and want changes made to existing laws that make it harder for Christians to build churches than it is for Muslims to build mosques. According to Reuters, Tawadros said that Christians feel neglected by authorities, who are led by members of the Muslim Brotherhood. There's a sense of marginalization and rejection, which we can call social isolation, Tawadros said. While the Coptic Pope was visiting Pope Francis, Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI was living out his retirement in a convent in the Vatican Gardens, making the first time that 3 popes had been inside Vatican walls at the same time. The Women of the Wall have been holding monthly prayer services at the Western Wall in Jerusalem for more than 20 years, while wearing prayer shawls and skull caps as men traditionally do. According to ultra-Orthodox leaders, this is a violation of local custom. In the past, many of the women's group have been attacked by protesters and arrested by police. That was before a recent court ruling that the women were not violating any laws. On Friday, May 10th, Israeli police formed human chains and used metal barriers to protect the Women of the Wall from ultra-Orthodox protesters. Some rabbis called on their followers to block the women from reaching the Western Wall, but they still made it through. The police arrested 3 men for disorderly conduct while the women prayed. After the services were completed, police escorted the Women of the Wall onto buses, which were pelted with stones. Shira Prus, a 31-year-old from New Jersey and a spokeswoman for the Women of the Wall, said that this was an historic event and that the police did an amazing job protecting women to pray freely at the Western Wall. This, she added, is justice. Intense fighting continues between Sunnis and Shi'ites in Syria. The latest incident involves the desecration of a holy shrine near Damascus. Rebel Sunni forces attacked the Hajar ibn Odeh shrine, said to contain the head of John the Baptist and other notable members of religious history. Reports indicate the remains of another 7th century figure were dug up and taken away. As the sectarian violence escalates, it seems neither side can convince the other that they are actually both on the same side, being Muslim. Yet the killing and destruction continues in defense of Allah. Iranian Foreign Minister Ali Akbar said the Iranian press, "Such acts could ignite the fire of religious rifts among followers of the divine religions." Syria's conflict has now lasted over 2 years and there's no end in sight. Shiite leaders in Iran recently called for respect of holy sites. However, Sunnis feel that the Shiites are apostates and their shrines are un-Islamic. Of course, Shiites have a different opinion. These basic differences have grown in intensity over time. The increased tensions are responsible for the destruction or major damage to many shrines and historical places in the region. Some may recall the market in Aleppo's Old City, which was a UNESCO World Heritage Site, being burned to the ground. Other sites in Palmyra have also been heavily damaged, including several 2,000-year-old Roman structures. The undeniable fact that these two factions follow the same core religion, yet cannot agree on their basic theology, should be considered by the faithful.